Hello and welcome to another episode of Jack Vale and Jeep Dodge Chrysler Ram with Mr. Hollywood. Today we got the 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe. Now 4xe means that it does have an electric component to its engine. So it's a 2.0 liter turbo engine with an electric power. So you can drive it on electricity. That's why you will see, and Jeep and Stellantis really like to do this, they highlight the little blue colors all around to symbolize that flowing electricity through the vehicle. Now, you know this is a Wrangler. People love the Wranglers. They're famous, they're trail rated, they're ready to go off-road. They got a lot of ground clearance, they got amazing bumpers in the front, ready to handle just about anything. You got your hooks for getting yourself or somebody else out of trouble. You got your HID headlights with nice blue coloring, that way everything is easy to see. This is your traditional Wrangler. Now, what I like about this particular trim is I love when the wheel wells match the color of the vehicle. In the less expensive models, these are plastic. In the Rubicon, these match. Sometimes the bumpers also match, but it's more so in the Saharas, which are the mall crawlers. The Rubicon is the true king and champion of the open off-road. Now this one's got the beautiful roof, the three-piece, right? You have the two pieces in the front, the one large piece in the back, 4 doors, so it is the Unlimited. What you will see is the beautiful smaller profile rims because the tires are massive. This is all done so that you can easily get off the road, go through sand, go through mud, go through water, make some jumps if you want to, right? That's what the Rubicon is essentially made for. You have the rear wheel on the back here, so the extra spare with some lug nuts right there, and the camera in the middle. They've nicely done that, position it right here so that you can see it. And of course you have your little sneak peeks of what Jeep does. They hide these little symbols throughout the vehicle. See if you can find them all in yours. You got another tow hook in the back here. And of course the beautiful trunk, which does have a key to lock it. See, I didn't actually press the key and it opened for me. So when we open this, this is a nice and quick access. You can just get what you need out, but you also can open this window to put some larger stuff in it. Now, because this is a Rubicon, you do have some nicer features here as well. And we can pop this open and you have an extra storage and your cable for charging. Because the roof does come off and so do the doors, you actually have spots for screws so you can keep everything organized and not lose it. Because obviously when you remove everything, you don't want to lose those small tiny pieces. And putting them in the bag, it could be confusing. So you got nice slots that will actually hold all those screws in place for your doors and your roof, which is really, really nice. You'll see here, here's your frame for when you remove the roof. That way the passengers are still always protected in case of a rollover, because you know, if you're trekking the open road and you go a little too fast in a turn, you could always tip it. So be careful when you drive, right? Don't go too hard on it. Now let me show you the back seat. Now the beautiful part about these is they are the square, rugged appearance. And this means that you have nice tons of headroom. Even if you're a taller person in the back, there's less legroom because they've compressed it down. But you have a lot of headroom because the seats and the roof is taller. And of course, if you have somebody that's 6'11" or taller, you can just remove the roof and they stick their head out through that, right? Like a giraffe. I'm totally kidding. Of course, because this vehicle is very high off the ground for ground clearance, you need a handle to get in, right? It's not easy to get in for everybody. Keep that in mind. If you're 85 and you have hip and legs problems, be careful. This may not be the right vehicle for you. But otherwise, you have a nice handle so you can easily use this handle and fully put all your weight in it and get in this vehicle. It is possible. Now, I am 6 feet exactly, right? 72 inches. And I have about another so much of headroom. So 6'5", easy could sit in here. Now my knees are touching the back of this, but this seat is all the way back because we want to show that. Your buttons for opening the windows are in the middle because, as you know, the doors come off, so they didn't put as much electronics in the actual door, so the buttons are here. Then you have your USB plug and USB-C plugs right there as well, along with a full wall outlet in case you want to charge just about anything. It's got 115 volts, 150 watts, so you can plug in most devices. And you will see the speakers are not positioned in the doors again, because if you remove the roof and the doors, you still want sound. So the speakers are actually put in this frame that remains with the vehicle no matter what, so you can still blast your music even when you're driving. And what I like about Wrangler is they know that a lot of folks love to remove the doors and the roofs, so they make the speaker, the sound system, a lot more crisp, clear, and louder. That way, even with everything off, you can still hear high quality music. Let's open the front door, and of course you have the button here, so that means remote keyless enter and go, right? You put your hand through the door handle, it unlocks, you press the little button here, It locks, so you don't have to ever actually pull this out of your pocket. But you do have remote starter on here, as well as panic button to find it easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, and you will see nice, tons of space. You have your handle here to hold on to when they're going over bumps, and here as well to get in. So we're gonna hop inside and show you the rest of the interior. Welcome to the interior of the Rubicon 2023 4xe. What you will see immediately is tons of ruggedness, but this is a hybrid, which means you do have your battery charging capacity here. You have options here to change it into full electric, hybrid, or e-safe. And you have my favorite spot for your key right there. That way you don't have to hold it. It's right in the middle of the cup holder, so you can still put your cups in there. So right away, you will see those blue highlights I mentioned in the trim. They're in the leather seats. They're in the doors, they're in the steering wheel stitching, so you can see those blue highlights all throughout to symbolize that electricity flowing through it. You do have some buttons here for assistance in case you need it, and you have your 8.4-inch Uconnect 4.0 touchscreen, which does allow you for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with a USB plug-in, which is covered by this nice cover right here. Now, the reason there's a cover here, because people often ask, why do I need a cover for my USB? Well, if you remove all the doors and the roof and you go mudding, this vehicle has the interior basically water resistant, so you can put a lot of water in here. There's drain plugs all throughout the car, and this can get wet, and it's okay. And to make sure that these don't get damaged, they put a cover over it to simplify and make it easier. And there's little actual rubber around it, that way the water wouldn't get through it. You have your window buttons right here. You have your front and rear lock. You have your four-wheel drive controls right here, your gear shifter and everything as well. So it's nice and neat. Remember, this is a vehicle that is made for going off-road. If you're buying a Rubicon and you're not taking it off the road, you're probably not doing yourself a great service, because you're going to have a little bigger tires. It's going to be a little rougher of a ride, because it's made for that off-road once again. A lot of people that do get Rubicons, if they have a season where they do drive them regularly as the everyday vehicle, they have two sets of wheels, so they can change them for driving in the city and going off the road. But if you like the look and you don't want to do any crazy off-road driving, the Sahara is probably a better model for you than the Rubicon. The panels are easy to remove. The back does need two people, but the front are simply unlock these little things right here, pop it off and throw it in the trunk. They're light, they're easy to do. You don't need two people. You can easily just push it off, take it into the back. The back one is larger. It does require removal of some screws, and I highly recommend having at least two people to make sure that you can easily slide it off and not crack it, break it, because there is glass in it as well. What you will see on the touchscreen here, SXM media, so you can control whether it's AM, FM. So this is your media right here, and it shows you what mode you're currently in. If you go to AM, it will switch and show you where you are at. Now, I can't play any music because YouTube is going to ban us for that, but while you're controlling your music, you can press map, and you can actually see your navigation. As long as it is onboard feature, like in this one it is, you can see your navigation here and a smaller screen while still controlling your music, so that's nice. But you can always control your music from the back buttons over here, which allows you to see the music in the front screen right in front of you. Then you have your climate controls, of course, dual zones, that way you can have heat on one side, cooling on the other, however you want to design it for you. Of course, you do have heated seats and heated steering wheel for those heavy winter months. You have a full-blown backup camera that's nice and crisp with guidance lines that turn with you to show you where your car is ending up. And what I love about it is it shows you that wheel, so you know if you're getting close to something, right? You can literally get within about an inch of who you're parking against. And I love that in mine, because I can back up and get really, really close to just about everything and never hit it. So that's beautiful about it. And you can, as you see, I turn it on without actually going into reverse. You have your applications if you want to download anything specific, like off-road pages, a Wi-Fi hotspot, which is available for a price monthly subscription fee. You can do that here. You also have your navigation right there, which you can customize. It doesn't have to be top view. There is a 3D view as well. There's a lot of options there too. Phone connectivity for Bluetooth. It's super easy to pair. It literally walks you through it and guides you through it when you press yes. And then you have your settings to customize the way this interacts with you however you want. So all of that is here. You have your off-road controls, your sway bar control right here. You can toggle it on or off. You can turn it from two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive auto, four-wheel drive part-time, to even four-wheel drive low. That way you have options for whatever kind of environment you are currently facing. Tons of storage too, even though this is mostly designed for off-roading. You still have storage, right? You have this storage bin right here, which is pretty deep, and it does have a little USB plug in here as well, so you can plug something in with something to not make your cable get damaged, right? There's a little groove there for the cables on both sides. And the cool part about it is that this is one of the few vehicles where the actual center console locks. So if I put the key in here and twist it, I can lock it. Now this is done intentionally. Obviously, if you remove the door and roof, you want to have your stuff secured in the car. It's the 21st century and the economy is not doing so well, so people are likely to steal, right? Especially if you're in the inner city. So you want to make sure to lock that. You can also lock your glove box here, same thing. Glove box is surprisingly massive. There's a lot of room here. You have your books here that allow you to review some information and teach you about the vehicle and all the functionalities of the off-road and how to use them best. So if you guys like this vehicle, and this is an awesome vehicle, by the way. It's multi-purpose, it's multi-use, it's really a beauty, long-lasting. They hold their value extremely well because people love these vehicles. You can look at Wranglers from 2001, and they're still selling often for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, which you can't say about any other car that is this affordable at its outset. So this is really a great machine. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to our channel. If you want to order one of these, call the number you see on the screen. His name is Sebastian Novak. He's the Director of Operations for Jack Phelan Jeep Dodge Chrysler of Countryside. We do ship vehicles all over nationally. Wherever you want to buy them, we'll ship them to you. If you want to buy it completely online without leaving your home, you can do that as well. So go ahead, give us a call. We will make sure to take great care of you and make you enjoy the purchase process like you have never before. Thank you guys so much for watching. Mr. Hollywood out.